What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo. And after yesterday's video, some of you challenged me to try to do a clear against Infernal Guild Raid with SS Mai and SS Athena. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. Now, I'm not going to be able to get the maximum score because both of these characters are just at A3. They are not maxed out by any means. They definitely have a ways to go, get an SS here, because they're only A3, right? But as far as Mai, she's got 76,600 CP, and I decided to do this run and do this little test with Guild Raid with them using just free-to-play sets that were always available in the game for the most part, guys. We just got the three imprint stones that go with the characters, right? The first original stone actually gives increased power charge rate, which Mai doesn't need. She already has 30% PG rate in her core, so it's kind of a wasted stat. The decreased damage received is nice for electric survivability, and then the increased active skill damage is nice, right? Definitely not as OP as the newer SS or the newer EX stones that we're getting, and no moon and star shaped stones, right? And as far as her card set, we're just going to be running a Serena. Now, the Mai option card did come with the banner whenever Mai and Athena did show up. This is a really great card because it actually gives native super armor when you drop in, and that's really the main reason I want it. It does give extra attack, but the super armor is nice. Now, Mai Z does have a 3PG that actually does give her a heal, which actually can aid in her survivability, and it's always available in the game, regardless of whether or not you get her newest 3PG, which is what I'm going to use. Their newest 3PG actually keeps Guild Raid from being interrupted. I can't remember or not if her old 3PG does. I think it actually does get interrupted. This card here does have an increased attack, type, fighter, critical damage by 7%, so she is getting a little extra critical damage. Now, Mai Z, whenever she first showed up, she was the OP meta. BS Rugal was the very first because BS Rugal and BS Rocha were the first BS characters. We didn't have SS characters at the time, and then the banner afterwards ended up becoming these two SS characters. And, Mai Z was voted to be a character that was just going to get reworked, and then they ended up giving her an SS version, which made her godly at the time, right? And they made her godly because they applied flame on, two different skills. They gave her double attack buffs to 28 and 35%, and these things made a big, big difference at the time. At the time, whenever she came out, this was majorly meta, not to mention that she has a huge chance of resetting her first and second skill, right? I mean, she just becomes, and then increased burn damage by 50% and gains burn immunity. I mean, she really becomes very, very strong. Now, obviously, she's outshined quite a bit now these days, but she can still get it done for you. Then we're also going to be using the Athena here, SS version of Athena. Athena is also a really great character. She actually had more shine in PvP than she did anything whenever she first came out, but she is really great for this decreased damage received, as you guys will see in Guild Raid. Even though I'm not going to be using any characters with shields or immunity cores, we will have this decreased damage received, and that's going to help us out big time. Not to mention that Athena actually has a heal in her 3PG. So even though we are going to take a little bit of damage, we can actually heal up a little bit, which is really important for the extra survivability. She also has Starlight, which is nice. She got the Hyper Armor, right? I mean, these girls got the bare minimum at the time when they come out, they were meta, but obviously they've fallen behind. But Mai Z was really the big damage dealer of these two, and Athena was just a super great support and also really great in PvP. But Athena can reset her Cycle Ball, which is nice. She deals an additional 100% attack upon landing a critical hit, which is also very, very nice. And you could argue put a critical hit damage set on her, like Mad Tea Party set, maybe. But really, we found out that defensive sets really work the best for her, like the KS set or the Shizuru set, if you have that available. But, she is also at A3. She also has just 3 of the regular imprint stones, the same stones as Mai has. And she's using a Serena set. Now, I am using this SS option card that does give super armor, and this actually showed up during the Kyo SS Kyo banner. So I am using 2 cards that offer super armor that did come in some original banners. And again, her 3PG does give a heal. This is very, very important for these girls, right? And I'm telling you guys, because you only need 1.25 billion out of the Guild Raid, you can do this. Now, remember, you get 4 of these keys every single day, right? This is not going to be some OP score, guys. This is not going to be insane meta, changing damage. But with free-to-play setups, I guess other than the option cards, but I mean, I got one of the option cards during the Mai Z and Athena banner, right? And I got the other one during an SS banner, right? But you don't really, you don't need them, but if Rugal's doing a Genocide Cutter, he can interrupt you as you're dropping down when you're tagging in your character, and it can throw your rotation off big time. And that is something I noticed about playing with these old characters, is that their 3PGs aren't as long as like newer characters, and it really throws off the rotation as far as, you know, when Rugal does his explosion. But as you guys can see with the team that I'm going to be using is, for Maisie, I'm just going to be using Nest Keo. I'll go ahead and remove my ugly mug here. And you guys can see Keo. Keo is really great because he actually gives decreased skill cooldown, increased attack by 15% if your HP is above 70%. That is really, really great for Maisie, having that decreased skill cooldown. Athena, we're going to use Zhang Fei. Zhang Fei is always free. She offers, you know, the increase to poison damage to all enemies on the screen. So no matter where Rugal's out, she's going to apply poison. And then the same with Hydern for the bleed. Two free-to-play characters that you can use. So this is definitely a more free-to-play video than what I did yesterday because I'm not using the comeback set. And if I was using the comeback set, I guarantee Maisie would have done better than what I'm going to show you guys. Kusanagi, guys, just the same old build that we always run. You know, we're going to run this set here with the super armor option cards. So I'll bring up the run for you guys right now so we can watch this together. And, you know, the way we're going to start, guys, we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, hit the third skill, reset the first and second skill. We're going to do her 3PG immediately. That way we have our Awaken skill ready whenever we bring her in after using Kusanagi and getting those buffs. Or Kusanagi, sorry. And then we're going to bring in Athena. We're going to go 3, 1, 2, 1. The reason we're doing it that way is because the second skill can actually reset the first skill, so you get an extra skill off, and you can actually bring off your 3PG a lot faster, right? And then we're going to bring in our Strong Base Striker for our poison. We're going to bring in Hydern for our bleed. We got poison and bleed at the same time. You see the meter is red. We got both dots that we need, and then we're going to use Maisie. We do 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Hit the default, then we're going to hit our Awaken skill, and then it's going to be 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. The reason that my rotation is actually different now is because her Hyper Armor is actually on her first skill. And whenever you hit the third skill, her third skill throws out her umbrella or her fan, and it actually does a little spin move. And that actually does a little bit more damage. So whenever you're spamming your skills, you want to go 3, 2, 1, or 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1 over and over and over to do a little bit of damage. Get a little extra residual damage from doing that. But whenever we're starting off and Rugal's actually, you know, having momentum, he's coming after us, we want to be able to hit our Awaken or our Hyper Armor from our first skill so we don't take any damage right there. Now, right here, this is what gets a little tricky with Maisie. On Inferno, you really want to have that meter to where it's down below about 20%. About 20% of that meter, when you have bleed and poison applied, then you want to hit her default, and that will break the meter. If it's like at 25 or even 30%, it won't quite break the meter, and Rugal can, like, you know, he'll go into a Genocide Cutter. He can do a lot of damage to you, which is definitely something that we are trying to avoid, because with this team bonus of having an all SS fighters on the team, we get an extra attack by 10%. And if one of our characters gets below 70% HP, like Athena there, then we actually are losing that 10% extra attack, right? So that is something to think about, okay? So we're not really doing as much damage as we'd like to, right? Now, Athena does have her heal, and that is godly for extra survivability. And really, guys, like, in order for me to be able to do this, I need both of these characters. Obviously, I could switch out Athena for a different character and use a character with a shield and what so have you, like an SS character with a shield, and keep the, you know, the attack by 10% with the extra SS bonus up at all times, and Maisie would do more damage. But I didn't really feel that was really realistic because both these girls came in the same banner, right? They were here at the same time. So I'm just going to show you what they can do together as far as this. Now, obviously, we were playing a different level of Guild Raid. We'd have Starlight from Athena, and we do much, much better, guys. You'd easily get your 1 key. But remember, you know, you got 4 keys every single day, right? And the score that I have already, guys, at A3 with 3 Imprint Stones, with a regular free-to-play set, with a Serena set, I'm already easily, I mean, in 3 keys, easily we would have the max score to get the maximum rewards at a Guild Raid. And this is what I've talked about, guys. No matter what character I bring in here, whether they're SS, BS, I guarantee I'll be able to do good enough to where I can get a score that is good enough to get the maximum rewards at a Guild Raid to accumulate 1.25 billion, right? We're near 600 million right here, so really in 2 keys, right? And well, now I'm sorry, almost 550 million, right? That's almost just 2 keys, and we still have, you know, over 30 seconds left of this run. It's pretty damn fun playing with old Maisie, right? But she is, I gotta tell you, it's just been so long, and I probably could improve upon this run and probably could do a lot more damage. And man, if I was using a different set, guys, if I was like using a comeback set on her, we would do way more damage. We would do a lot more damage because we'd be able to spam our skills even faster. We would get all the extra attack buffs. I mean, it would make a big difference. But I really want to keep this video more free to play, right? More free to play friendly, just to show you guys that whenever Maisie comes back and whenever Athena comes back, because they will get a return, guys, they will get buffs and they'll probably get EX skills also, right? Their damage is going to be much, much better than what you're seeing it right now. And I'm guaranteeing whenever they get their buffs and whenever they have a return banner, they're going to be able to do one key. They're going to be able to do one key and get the maximum rewards that you need for that one key. They're going to be able to get that 1.25 billion as you will need, right? So you only have to play this one time, unless you want to play it more for a little fun with some other characters, right? But I mean, as you guys can see, over 800 million. Now, I know that doesn't break any records. I know it isn't nothing astronomical. It isn't crazy. It isn't insane damage, but 815 million for characters that come out a long time ago, guys. I mean, these girls come out like, you know, about 2 years ago. So, I mean, this is, it's pretty insane that they can still do good enough that within 2 keys with a free-to-play card sets, I can actually still get a good enough score in order to get the maximum rewards out of Guild Raid, right? I mean, granted, I'm using Kusanagi, but again, he's just an A1 character, right? He's just A1, and he only really even needs to be level 90 to get the buffs that we're actually getting. Don't even need his 3 PG. So, I mean, it's honestly pretty amazing that the girls can still get it done, even though their CP is really low compared to other characters that we're using, even though they're far from the meta as what they used to be back in the day. So pretty fun making this video. Pretty, you know, I was actually surprised by how much damage that Maisie and Athena together could do. I mean, granted, the brunt of the damage was by Maisie. I mean, she is just stronger than Athena, but without Athena, guys, Maisie would die, right? She would die. You absolutely need this support character in order to do this. Now, obviously, I could have set up different teams. I could have used different characters, and we could have got a better score. But again, I want to reiterate that I just wanted to keep it, you know, I wanted to just use the same characters that were in the same banner together to see how they perform. So, guys, let me know what you think about Maisie and Athena. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GT+7 time. And the link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.